A new survey shows corporate America remains sweet on the BlackBerry. I'm Jim Woods. This is the ChangeWave Hotwire. When talking about the flavor of fruit, it's often said that the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And based on the results of our latest corporate IT spending survey, there's no sweeter juice in the smartphone space than Research in Motion's BlackBerry. In a robust finding drawn from an otherwise anemic corporate IT spending outlook, Research in Motion continues expanding its already vast lead in the corporate smartphone market, while second-place Palm continues its long decline. Looking at future smartphone purchases, RIMM dominates buying plans for the third quarter, with a big jump in those who say they plan to buy a BlackBerry. RIMM now has an astonishing 82% share among survey respondents planning to buy a smartphone. Apple is second with 13%, which is up 2 points from the previous measure, while Palm continues languishing among future smartphone buyers. The juicy findings for the BlackBerry come in an otherwise dehydrated corporate IT spending environment. And even though we're seeing signs that the reluctance to spend may finally be stabilizing, the survey does still point to continued economic weakness for the second half of the year. We asked respondents if IT spending was on track so far in the second quarter, and 11% said their company has spent more than planned, up since the February measure. Another 27% say they've spent less than planned. The findings here indicate that the current IT spending is still down at virtually the same lowered levels it was in the previous quarter, but the good news is things haven't gotten any worse. Looking ahead, nearly 1 in 4 respondents say their company's IT spending will decrease or that there will be no spending at all for the third quarter. Only 15% say spending will increase. Here we see the outlook going forward looking very similar to that of our previous survey. And while the softness in projected third quarter IT spending occurs across companies of all sizes, things have clearly stopped getting worse. Next, we asked respondents to rate the current willingness of their company to spend money on IT products and services. We found only 39% say their company is now giving a green light to IT spending, the lowest level we've seen in more than 4 years. Notice here that for the second consecutive survey, the combined yellow light, red light percentage is higher than the green light percentage. This lack of willingness to spend continues to litter the corporate IT landscape. In perhaps the most bearish finding of the survey, when we asked about the entire second half of 2008, 28% of respondents think their IT budget will be less than the first half of 2008, a big drop from our last measure. Only 18% think their company's IT budget will be greater than the first half. Although the slowdown in corporate IT spending appears to be stabilizing, spending remains weak with few signs of recovery ahead. The one exception to the part spending environment is corporate America's thirst for RIMM's BlackBerry, which gets sweeter and sweeter with each survey. I'm Jim Woods, and this has been the ChangeWave Hotwire. For more on the latest ChangeWave survey results, go to blog.changewave.com.